Hi guys, this is part 2 of functional real maths problems. So these are the problems you could get when you're actually out in the real world, shopping, fueling your tank, usual everyday sort of occurrences. So a shop sells apples at £2.40 per kilogram. Jake buys 1.5 kilogram of apples. Work out the total cost. Now, these are all from a foundation paper and they've all got the marks. So this question is actually worth 2 marks. So I think this is a really easy question for 2 marks. So all you've got to do is times £2.40 by 1.5 kilograms first. There we go. And the answer is £3.60. It's going to cost £6, £3.60 to buy 1.5 kilograms of apples. Now, for 2 marks, that's crazily easy. The next one, he pays with a £5 note. How much change does he get? Well, it's going to be £5. Subtract £3.60, which gives you £1.40. I really don't think that these are going to be a calculated question. It would be doing long adding and subtracting. So this would have been done like so. 0, 0 doesn't work. We haven't got anything there, so we're going to borrow from our 5. Leaves us with 4. And 4 subtract 3 is 1. So we would have done long subtraction. The next one, a recipe for 8 muffins uses 300 grams of sugar. How much sugar is needed for 12 muffins? Common question this is, guys. So what we need to do is we need to work out by dividing 300 by 8 to find out what each muffin weighs. And we need 37.5 grams per muffin, okay? So we need 12 muffins. So what all we do is we're going to go 12 times 37.5, which equals 450 grams. That's your answer, 450 grams. So that in itself is another easy question. How much sugar is needed for 20 muffins? Well, we're doing exactly the same. So we've got 37.5 per muffin times 20, which equals 750 grams. So there we have it. That's nice and easy question. Another 4 marks there. It's not very clear. Sorry, guys. A TV costs £480. It is reduced by 15% in a sale. Work out the discount amount. So we have 480. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 0.15 times 480. Now that equals 72. That would have been long multiplication. But if you had a calculator, you could have done it like this. 480 divide by 100 times the percentage, which in our case was 15. So that was your formula if you're using a calculator. Work out the sale price. Well, if it was £480 and they've reduced it by £72, all you're doing is 480 subtract 72 gives you £408. Next one, a water tank holds 50 litres when full. It is currently 60% full. Work out how much water is in the tank. So this, I would probably say, is possibly a calculator question. So what we're going to do is the same formula here, because it's the same sort of question. We've got 50 litres and 60%. So we've got a percentage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 50 divided by 100, and I want to times it by our percent, which is 60, which gives us 30. So that's 30 litres. Or you could have done 0.6 times 50 equals 30, whichever you feel most comfortable with. How much more water is needed to fill it in? Well, we've got how much water is needed to fill it in. So we have 50 litres. So 50 litres. If we have 50 litres equals 30. We know that we need another 20 litres to fill it. Okay. Another common question, actually, that one is. Another common cut is definitely this one. A car travels 240 miles using 30 litres of fuel. Work out how many miles per litre the car travels. So for this one, we're going to look at the mileage. So we have 240 divided by our 30, which then gives us 8 miles per litre. So we got that. How many miles per litre the car travels? So that's 8 miles per litre. Then it asks us how many litres of fuel are needed for 400 miles. Well, we're going to do 400 divided by 8, because that's per litre. We want how many litres, and the answer is 50 litres. So once again, nice and straightforward for 4 marks. Right, already now for the final question. A bag of flour weighs 1.2 kilograms and a baker uses 450 grams to make some cakes. How much flour is left in kilograms? So for this question, we're going to do a little bit of converting. So we need to get our 450 grams into kilograms. So all you do is you do 450 and you're going to divide by 1000. Okay, so this is going to be 450 grams, grams equals 0.45 kilograms. So the flour that is left is going to be 1.2 kilograms subtract a 0.45 that we just worked out, leaves us with 0.75. 5 kilograms. Got to remember to convert, guys, otherwise you're going to get really confused. How much flour is left in grams? Well, we know we've got 0.75 is our leftover flour. Now we've got to convert it back to grams. So what do you think we're going to do? We're going to do the opposite of divide, and we're going to times by 1,000. And our answer equals 750 grams of flour left. So there we have it. There's okay, it could be confusing for some people. I understand that. But when you get the grasp of it, you will really understand these, and they will come up, and there's lots of marks to be had. So if you head over to my website, I've actually got a video on this, well, this video, but I've got an extra worksheet attached, so you can work on the worksheet, check your answers. I've got full solutions on there, so you can understand it. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.